it's moving. No, I stand corrected. The BOJ has not yet intervened, and we haven't seen any intervention of the BOJ right now. If you're going to look at an intervention for the BOJ, I would look primarily. I want them to. They will probably wait until it gets to the 113.60 before they actually intervene. Or you look at the dollar yen at the 81.12 Deborah. If the dollar yen goes above the 81.12, that is your signal that the BOJ is intervening, and this is where you get out of all the crosses. You're going to be short the euro yen, so you're going short the euro and long the yen. You're going to be short the pound, long the yen. This is your trigger. The 81.12 is the trigger that the BOJ is intervening. Okay? So let's do the pound yen. That is the Bank of Japan. The Bank of Japan. Okay, the dollar yen. Again, this is the pound yen. I'm sorry. These are also the trades we had from last week. The pound yen, and this, our selling point was 135.17. Our structure point was 134.19, and it has closed the week at 131. So you had about 500 pips move, and these are the signs of good trades when you have within 1 week or within the 5-day span from the one trade planning session to the other, that it breaks a long or a short point, and then it follows through and it takes the structure. Whether it does it at the same time or during the same week, you would expect such big moves. And so right now the pound, and it moves from one structure to the other. So this was the first selling point, the structure, and it went from the we got the second structure at the 132.02. It broke below the third structure. It went through 1, 2, 3 structure points, and now we have a structure point at 131.12, and it closed the week at 131.87. Remember, guys, I told you that we have a sell signal in the yen. This here is a buy signal in the pound and a sell signal in the yen. That setup, like this pattern, if you will, is considered a buy in the pound and a sell in the yen. But it is that kind of closing, that kind of close, that close is very neutral. It's passé. It doesn't tell you that the market is committed to any side, either to short covering or buying the pound, or it is kind of dangerous, if you will. Even though it's a buy signal, but it's a buy signal that I will not take. Why? Because it went above the structural point of 132.02. This is the structure point. It traded all the way up to 132.80, and then it failed, and it came down and broke below that same structure, which is the 132, and now it is giving me a sell signal. So I have a confused market that gave me a buy signal once, and then it turned around and at the same day gave me a sell signal. To say the least, this is a confused market, because above a structure point it becomes a committed market. It gets committed to one side. So this is a market that has went one side, it has failed, and it has turned around. So we're going to step back now from the pound yen, and we'll tell the market, tell us which way you want to go. And we're going to take all the information that happened on Friday as our sell and buy signal. So this is what it's going. You see, here is my structure point, the 132 on the intraday. Okay, so that is going to be my buying point. So my buying point, I wanted to get above the structure point. It's only 40 pips away. So above 132.02, that is my buying point. It is also my structure long. And Salwan, if it gets above this, you're going to give it maybe 10-15 pips, but because we are following a set procedure, we're going to say 132.02, the same. You can give it 10-15 pips below it. Okay, that is for the long side. As for the short, I have a structural point here, which is the 131.12. So that is my structural short side now. And it is also my selling point, and in this case it is also my stop. So if I go, this here is a fantastic trade, because in both cases you have a structural point to buy and as a long point and as a stop, and on the short side you have a structure point that's a short point and a structure point and a stop. So either way it goes from those 2 points, the pound yen, it should be an explosive move in either way. Okay, that is the pound yen. Let me save that.